In 2020, Silicon Valley's tech giants made a combined investment of more than $10 billion in a seemingly traditional telecom company in India, Reliance Jio. An asset-intensive industry where incumbents struggle to hold on to profits, so very unlike the big techs that thrive on a scalable, asset-light business model. Why then were they still investing in this traditional telecom business? The answer lies in understanding a set of industry shifts, collectively called sandwich economics. Sandwich economics refers to a set of economic principles that explain how new technological changes shift value and power relationships in a value chain. In the industrial era, businesses scaled through vertical integration, integrating across supply, production, and distribution. But with every new generation of digital technologies, we're seeing a shift towards a horizontal industry structure, where power and profits are concentrated at a few specific layers, and the other layers get sandwiched in between and increasingly lose power and profits. Let's look at the telecom industry, for instance. Traditional telcos would vertically integrate across back-end infrastructure and customer-facing services. This vertical structure was first unbundled by Apple and Google, which dominated the horizontal operating system layer in the middle, and subsequently by WhatsApp and Skype, which dominated the communications services layer at the top. These shifts sandwiched telecom operators and handset manufacturers into the commoditized infrastructure and data traffic areas. Jio flipped the sandwich. It focused on creating a dominant horizontal play in the physical infrastructure and data traffic layers, where other telcos were still engaged in price wars. Jio invested more than $30 billion to roll out 4G infrastructure across India and heavily subsidized voice calls as well as data tariffs. Other telcos were pulled into a price war, and Jio emerged as the industry leader. In less than 5 years, Jio had grown to 400 million customers and propelled India from number 155 to number 1 globally in mobile data consumption. Next, Jio engaged strategic investors by painting a full picture of the sandwich. Intel and Qualcomm would help with 5G infrastructure. Google would help build a low-cost smartphone. Facebook would position WhatsApp as a super app at the top of the sandwich. Sandwich economics isn't playing out in the telco industry alone, it's taking over the entire economy. So how do you establish winning positions like Jio instead of getting sandwiched in between? There are 3 broad winning positions in the sandwich: infrastructures, integrators, and aggregators. At the bottom of the sandwich, infrastructures provide core production infrastructure on which other firms build their business. They gain dominance by operating at scale and setting industry standards. This is where Jio started its play, dominating connectivity infrastructure and changing economics of data traffic. The integrators in the middle layer provide key workflows and integration points for individual companies to connect. Google's investment in Jio brings key assets like Google Maps and the Android ecosystem of app developers to Jio's phones. Finally, at the top of the sandwich, closer to the consumer, aggregators aggregate consumer demand at scale by building engagement and capturing data. They create a bottleneck for serving the market, making other producers increasingly dependent on them. Facebook's investment in Jio is aimed at dominating this layer to establish dominance across the sandwich. On the one hand, firms which understand sandwich economics will be well positioned to benefit from future technological shifts. On the other hand, left unchecked, sandwich economics will increase concentration of power and profits in the economy and drive greater inequality in society. Businesses, regulators, and governments can prevent excessive power concentration. Using the principles of the sandwich economics, they can craft responses to slice and dice the sandwich